Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm excited to do this live video today. Today's episode of this live stream series is, as you saw on the thumbnail, freelancing success tips for 2020. Freelancing success tips for 2020. I'm super excited to share these with you because I personally have found freelancing an amazing business model. Why? Because you don't need a large audience, you don't need that many clients to make a full-time living. And you don't even have to start with a whole bunch of money. All you need are your skills, your first client, and you are in business. Okay. And so today I just wanted to share 5 tips with you that are really going to help you solidify and establish your freelancing business. I mostly talk about freelance writing on here. I've also been a social media manager in the past, and actually right now I'm doing some social media content for some of my clients. And in both cases, I've really enjoyed it. It is an amazing way to make money, especially if this is your first time even trying to make money online. All right. So I highly recommend it as a business model. If you want to stay home with your kids and raise them, it's an amazing business model. If you want to, at some point, quit your 9-to-5 job, it's a great business model. I mean, it just is a great business model all around. Now, I want to just, before we even jump into the content, I just want to tell you about a course that I recently created for you. If you're looking to make your first $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 as a freelance writer, I created a community called The Right Society. And The Right Society is a course as well as a community. And so I actually dropped the link in the comment section right here. It should be on your screen somewhere. So I dropped it in the comment section, and I also dropped it in the description of this video. So if you happen to be watching this video after this video is done, please click on that link and go check the course out. I think it's really going to be game-changing for you. I'm bringing my 4 years of expertise as a freelancer, building a freelance business consistently, running a freelance business full time. I'm bringing all that to this course and also the community. And I especially want to harp on the community because the truth is that there are only so many freelance projects that I can take on. And so one of the things I want to do for people in the Right Society is that when freelance opportunities come my way and I cannot take them myself, I want to be able to hand them off to somebody. I think, was it yesterday, I got an opportunity. And to be honest, with the way my schedule is looking already in this year, in 2020, it's not something that I could take on. And so I told the person, you know what, this is a great opportunity. And this is a potential 6-figure opportunity, okay, in writing. And I was like, oh, if this had come just 6 months before, I probably would have taken it. But, no worries. And I wanted to give that opportunity to somebody, but I'm probably going to post it about it on my LinkedIn, just so that the person has other people to reach out to. But the truth is that there are opportunities now coming my way, and other freelancers that I know also have opportunities come their way that they cannot always fill. And I want to be able to share that with the people in the Right Society. So if you're really thinking about growing, you're serious, okay? If you're serious, and I'm going to talk about seriousness in today's video. If you're serious about building your freelancing business, especially your freelance writing business, I invite you to join the Right Society. You're not going to regret it. It's going to be an amazing time. And I can guarantee you that the investment you make, you will make back in the next 30 to 90 days. I can guarantee that. Okay. All right. If you take everything I say and put it into practice, of course. If you don't, hey. But if you do, I can assure you that 30 to 90 days from now, you will have your first paying client and maybe more. All right. So that is the Right Society. The link is right here in the comments. It's also in the description. Or you can go to gnontra.com/right. gnontra.com/right. All right. All right, so if you're watching this video, you got into this point in the video and you enjoyed this so far, give it a thumbs up, all right? It really helps this channel go further, reach people that want to get this content. All right, so the very first freelancing success tip I'm going to share with you is that it is important that you treat your freelancing business like a business. All right. So most of the time when people hear freelancing, I don't know if freelancing probably is the greatest word in the world, just because people think, oh, it's low budget, it's free, it's some kind of game you're doing on the side. And so it shouldn't be taken seriously. But what I have learned in my almost 4 years of building a freelance business is you get out of it what you put into it. It's like anything else in life, right? Whatever you put into it is what you get out of it. If you treat it like a business, you will make money like a business. If you treat it like a hobby, you will make money like a hobby. So you have to treat it like a business. And I'm not saying treat it, and when I say treat it like a business, I'm not saying go register your LLC and go do all these official things, go print business cards. Those things are fine and good. I really do think you should have an LLC. I'm not a tax professional though, so consult your tax professional. I really do think that that's important, but that is not a business. You do not have a business just because you have an LLC. You have a business because you have a service or a product that somebody gave you money for. There has been a transaction. To be honest, that's how I define business. Until somebody pays you, you don't have a business. You have a hobby, right? So the first thing you need to do is validate it, right? And so go find that first client, go find those first 2 clients and make that, get the money there. So you have to treat it like a business. One of the ways to treat your freelancing business like a business that it is to set working hours. And so I have a calendar, and I don't think I have it anywhere close by, but I have a calendar. Now I'm using Google Calendar. I just did a video I released on Monday where I was talking about using Google Calendar. All right. So Google Calendar right now is my best friend. All right. I'm putting all the content I need to create. I'm putting the projects I need to work on for my clients. I'm putting everything on there so that I'm reminded in a particular day when I pick up my phone, right? I look at my calendar, like, what do I have going on today? Right? It used to be back when I was just side hustling, just doing this for fun, that I didn't do that. I just kind of like winged it, right? Was it winged or wung? Anyway, I would just wing it, right? And just winging it is not going to get you the money that you deserve. Just winging it is not going to get you paid, all right? And one of the things I didn't do, let me do like a check, sound and audio and video. Can you guys hear me, see me? Okay, just give me a thumbs up if you can. All right, let me know. I don't want to keep on talking if you guys can see me or hear me. All right. Okay. Just give me a thumbs up and that will be helpful. Anyway, so treating it like a business, set working hours, have a calendar for your business. I have my Google Calendar. Even today, I have things on my calendar. It's Saturday and I have things on my calendar to do because I knew I wanted to do this live video. I have to meet with somebody later on here in San Diego who is a YouTube creator to do an interview with him. So we're going to go film that. I have to put that on my calendar. There is a client project I'm working on right now. I emailed them last night with the work that I had done. I'm expecting them to probably get back to me today with some edits. And so I put all these on my calendar so that it is at a business level, because what I find that what I put on my calendar, I take seriously. It becomes official. All right. So set your working hours, create a calendar for your work day, just like how you would, if you had a regular job, you would create a calendar for the tasks and projects that you have to do there. All right. All right. Another thing about treating your business like a business is it's important for you to protect your workday. All right. It's important for you to protect your workday. So this is especially important for people that work, maybe working full-time at home, or maybe you're a stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home parent right now, and you want to work from home, right? It's important to protect your day. And this is what I mean. A lot of the time, people knowing that you work from home think that you don't have a real job, right? And because of that, they're going to say, hey, could you babysit for me? Hey, could you, I have, mail coming, somebody's going to deliver some mail to my house. Could you pick it up? And people want to ask you to do things for them that is like you're not doing anything at home. It's important for you to tell people, No, I will be working during these times, right? And so there have been times, I'll give you an example of protecting my day. There have been times when I was working full time in medical research. I remember I'd come home and I'd be working in my bedroom because that's where I have my desk. And my husband would come and try to chat with me, and I would say, "Honey, I am working right now, and I want to chat with you too, but could you excuse me for a few minutes?" And this was when I was beginning to take my business really seriously, and also coincidentally when I began to see myself making the most money, right? So I would tell him that, and after a while he understood. And so whenever I would be in there working with the door closed, he would come by. He would say, "Oh, I'm just coming for something," but not talk to me. And so that would be an example of me protecting my day, because if I didn't protect my day and allow people to just interrupt my day, especially now that I do it on a full-time basis, I'm never going to get any work done. And if you don't get work done as a freelancer, you're not getting paid. All right. So treat it like a business. Treat it like a business. Now, something that let me go through these 5 points. Then I have at the very end of this, I have a really crucial point for you. So I want you to stay till the end of this so that you can hear it. Okay. So the second tip here I'm going to share with you, apart from treating it like a business, so treating like setting your working hours, protecting your day, putting things on a schedule so that you follow. The next thing is commit to marketing yourself daily until you get to the point where you are a personal brand and people start reaching out to you to give you work without you pitching. You have to market yourself daily. The biggest success secret of the biggest freelancers that I know is that they, at the very beginning of their careers, they marketed themselves daily, and they also set it up such that they built a personal brand around their freelancing business. Now, I'm not saying that without a personal brand, you cannot build a freelance business, but I'm saying that a personal brand will help you greatly. And that's why I really, really recommend setting up, your LinkedIn profile. I've talked about LinkedIn as well. I'll leave this as maybe an end card or something. But on my channel, I do have a video on LinkedIn. And I think LinkedIn is a powerful place. You can use Instagram, you can use Twitter, but particularly LinkedIn, I think, is a great place for you to build a personal brand. Why? Because there are multiple decision makers on the platform who use the platform on a daily basis. And if you build that personal brand on LinkedIn, chances are, it's not about the followers that you have on LinkedIn, it's about your personal brand. Chances are that you are going to start attracting your ideal clients to you and have them reaching out to you. Plus, you have an opportunity to reach out to those people. So building your personal brand, I think, is one of the most powerful tools in marketing yourself on a daily basis. I've been doing this whole online business thing since about 2014, started making money in 2015. And one of the ways that people have reached out to me to work with me is because they heard me on somebody's podcast, is because they saw my LinkedIn profile, is because they found me on YouTube, is because, they found my blog. So I'm here, and I don't have to always go out there chasing clients or chasing people to buy things from me, because on a 24/7 basis, my LinkedIn profile is working, my YouTube is working, my blog is working, even though I don't even write my blog a whole lot anymore, just because that's not a direction I want to anymore. But all of these avenues where I have built content, where I'm building a brand, is bringing people and attention to my business, even when I'm asleep. Okay, even when I'm asleep. So it's important that you market yourself daily. And one of the most powerful ways to market yourself on a daily basis is for you to build a personal brand. So if you're on here listening to me and you do not have any online presence at all, I encourage you to change that. I understand that some of us are introverted and we don't want to put ourselves out there, but I'm telling you, it will serve you very well. If that's the case, if let's say you're super what's it called, introverted, right? And because of that, you don't want to be on camera, you don't want to, do anything that kind of gets you out of your comfort zone. I encourage you to just choose one platform you're comfortable with. LinkedIn. Once again, LinkedIn is the place where you can put up video, you can put up written content, you can do all of that. But if you do not want to, you do not have to. All right. If you don't want to, you don't have to. All right. So market yourself on a daily basis. A powerful way to do that is building your personal brand. And let me know, if you're watching this video, let me know if building a personal brand is something that you would like me to talk about in any of the future videos. Okay. All right. Number 3 is commit to investing in your learning. All right. Number 3 is commit to investing in your learning. So as a freelancer, right, or as any kind of creator, I heard this yesterday and I thought it was so important. I was watching another YouTube channel. I think it was Video Influencers. I try to keep up with, the best tips, tricks, and everything to grow here on YouTube. And Video Influencers does that. So I was watching that, and something somebody said in the video really struck me. This was somebody that had a YouTube channel that has over 1 million subscribers. And he was saying that sometimes when you have that, right, you have the 1 million subscribers, multiple people watch your videos, you're making money because of your business, because of your videos, right? There is a tendency to become complacent. So he had to learn to step back and be no longer complacent and say, you know what, I cannot be complacent. I have to treat this just like when I just started. I have to keep on learning. I have to keep up with the learning, keep up with the changes, the algorithm changes, everything that's new, or else what's going to happen is that technology moves so quickly, right? And so with technology moving so quickly, eventually you're going to be left behind. Even though maybe you were the leader at a certain point, you're going to be left behind because you do not keep up with the learning, and this has happened to so many businesses out there. If you think about Blockbuster and Netflix, right? So Blockbuster, when I was, in my early 20s, mid 20s here in the United States, for those of you that may watch this and don't live in the US, right? There was a company called Blockbuster, and they were a video rental company. You could go to Blockbuster, a store. I walked into many Blockbusters. You would sign up for a subscription, and then you would go pick up DVDs or pick up videos and come and watch at home. Then a company called Netflix came up. And now with Netflix, they didn't have any shops, but they would mail you the CDs and DVDs. And eventually they moved that from mailing you DVDs and CDs to streaming on your device. So now you can watch Netflix on your phone, you can watch it on your computer, you can watch it wherever you want it. Blockbuster did not keep up. Because of that, today, Blockbuster no longer exists. All right. And Netflix, everybody knows Netflix now. I'm sure there are people, there are kids right now who do not even know what Blockbuster is. And it's amazing because all of that happened in just a decade. In just 10 years, Blockbuster was no more, and Netflix unseated them. And if Netflix also becomes complacent in their learning and sticks to just one way of doing things, eventually somebody could come and unseat them. So it's really important, even though I'm using these big companies as examples, it's very important for you as a small business owner to also have this mentality that if I don't learn and innovate and learn what's the new thing every time, every year, what's going on, I'm going to fall behind. My technology or my skills are going to become obsolete. And eventually I'm going to lose money to all these other whippersnappers out there who are doing the new thing. So commit to investing in your learning. And this could be through books. This could be through courses. This could be through conferences, right? This could also be through just watching YouTube. YouTube has a wealth of knowledge, if you have the time to sit down and go through all of it. And that's why personally, I recommend buying a course, because with a course, you get the knowledge that you want, like bam, 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 and then it's done. With YouTube and with Google, sometimes you have to Google this and Google that and then kind of nail it all together like a jigsaw puzzle. Eventually you'll get there, but it will take you a lot of time. With a course, I have found, especially the courses that have helped me build my freelance business, when I've invested in it, I made the money back in about a month or so. So it's always worth it for me because I'm going to take that information and implement it. And so, yeah, courses are That's why I enjoy courses, all right? And books, because with books, they've taken the knowledge from all the sources and they've distilled it down into a few hundred pages, maybe even less than 100 pages for you to consume. Something that took somebody a number of years to learn, a number of years to experiment, they put it in a book for you. So it's important to keep on innovating, keep on learning the new platforms. Right now, one of the hottest platforms for freelancers, in my opinion, is LinkedIn. Maybe in about 5 years, that will not be the case. If that's not the case, then you should jump on that next platform so that your business can continue to grow. You can't just say that, oh, because all I know is LinkedIn, I'm just going to stay here, even though maybe 5 years from now, LinkedIn may not be as powerful. Remember MySpace. If you're watching this video, MySpace was a popular social media platform. We never thought was going to go away. When I was in college, MySpace was the hottest thing. Today, who uses MySpace? Nobody. So you have to innovate with what's going on with technology, with your knowledge, with your skills, right? Get better at your craft, get faster. For me, that means getting faster at writing. That means finding tools that help me do my work even better. Keep on investing in your craft and building it, okay? Number 4, I would recommend that with each new client you get, raise your price. All right. And you want to do this within reason and also making sure that you are providing the value that you're charging for. All right. So that's really important to know, just because I think with your first client, and I'm just going to speak from experience, with my first client, I was really learning, right? Even though, and my first client with freelancing, with building a freelance business, was in social media management. And I had built my own Twitter following. I had built my own Periscope following. I had built my own blog following. And so I had that going for me. I knew how to do it for myself. But this was my first time doing it for somebody else, right? So the price I charged was not that much because it was an opportunity to learn. And, my whole thing is that if you're going to learn anyway and somebody is willing to pay you money that is not all that, but it's still something, okay? It's still something. Why not? So basically, people are paying you to learn on the job. I think that's amazing, because which job don't people learn on the job? Like doctors learn on the job, nurses learn on the job, teachers learn on the job. Teachers, everybody learns on the job. Whichever profession, they learn on the job. So it's okay for you to learn on the job as a freelancer as well, especially in the beginning. And even to be honest, no matter which level you are at, you're still going to be learning as a freelancer. Whenever you get started with your freelancer, and when you're building a business, I'm still learning a whole lot that I do not know, and I know there's more I do not know. But one of the things I realized is that as time goes on, you're going to get better at your craft. You're going to deliver faster. You're going to give even better value. So it's okay to raise your price. If, let's say that you charge somebody $50 for something this time around, the next client, charge $60. Then charge $75. As you get better and as you get more clients, charge more. Because one of the things that will help you do as you charge more money, and first of all, get better at your craft and then charge more money, is that you're going to be able to build your income to that level where it's full-time income for you, right? And so people have asked me this question before, like, oh, can you make a living with writing? And yes, you can. But I always put this in there that you have to determine what that is for you. Maybe for you, all you need is $5,000 a month and you are A-okay. Maybe for you, making $10,000 is your dream, is your upper limit, or is your goal that you want to reach, and you're going to be okay. That's okay. So determine for yourself how much you want to make. Whatever it is, though, charging more as you improve upon your skills is going to get you there faster, right? Because you have to think, if I want to make $5,000 and a month with writing, and I charge $50 per article, which is really low, by the way. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Anyway, $50. If I'm charging $50 an article, then the only time I would say do that is maybe when you're just starting and you want to get some experience. Like I said, get paid for learning, but it's too low. Anyway, trust me, I've been there. So $50, you want to reach $5,000. That means you need to write 100 articles in a month to get there. 100 articles in 1 month to get $5,000. That's doable, but that's going to be hard. That means that you're writing probably 3 articles or 3 pieces of content per day. right? If you move that up to charging $100 per article, now we're getting better, right? So $100 per article, that means you only have to write 50 in order to get to 5,000, right? So you always have to think of like, how much do I want to make? And how much should I charge so that I can reach that goal? Or else you're going to be in this rut and you're going to resent what you're doing and you're going to think freelancing doesn't work and you're going to quit, and you don't want that, right? So welcome. Let me just pause and say welcome to all of you, those of you that are joining. I appreciate you joining, coming in. Today, I'm just giving you 5 tips on how to succeed as a freelancer in 2020. The first one I gave was treat it like a business. The second one is commit to marketing yourself daily. And I think one of the powerful ways to market yourself daily is to build a personal brand. If you haven't watched my video on LinkedIn, go watch that video, because that is a powerful video on really starting to build your personal brand on LinkedIn. I don't say it in the video, but that's what it is. So go check that out. Number 3 is commit to investing in your learning consistently. Thanks for that like. I appreciate that. Commit to investing in yourself consistently. If you do not, you will die off. All right. Number 4, with every client, raise your prices so that you can reach your income goals. All right. With every new client, and as you get better with your skills, raise those prices, my friends, raise those prices. Okay. Number 5. All right. And I promised a bonus tip at the very end of this when I'm done sharing these 5. So stay tuned for that, because I really want to get this through to you guys. All right. Now, number 5 is pay attention to the laws that are happening, especially for those of us in the US. Please pay attention to what's happening in your state and what's happening at the national level. Because there are lots of states right now who are trying to basically so this is what's happening. In fighting for the rights of people to get, fair wages and benefits, they are including freelancers who also want to have independent businesses in the mix, and restricting the ability of companies to hire freelancers. What the argument they're putting forth is that some of these companies are not paying freelancers enough money to survive or giving them benefits. And because of that, they're essentially exploiting freelancers. And that may be true for certain industries, but the truth is that not every freelancer wants to be paid like an employee. Okay, not every freelancer wants to have the 401k and the health benefits. Some of us are comfortable buying our own health insurance and setting up our own, retirement investment accounts. All right. Hey, Alicia, thanks for joining. Yeah. Anyway, so what some of these states are doing is they're going to now make it. Actually, they're in California. I think the penalty for violating that particular law is $15,000 for the company that is hiring freelancers, right? So they're trying to make it they're trying to do a good thing, right? And all of this started with the gig economy. It started especially with like the Ubers and the Lyfts, right? Some Uber drivers and Lyft drivers started protesting and saying that they were getting all this wear and tear on their cars, and yet they were only making so many dollars per hour, and especially in expensive cities like San Francisco or San Diego, that this was becoming difficult for them to keep up with riding Lyft or Uber. And not to get political, but my thing was like, then quit driving Lyft or Uber. If it's so bad, right, then quit driving it. But they made so much noise that eventually it got to government, lawmakers, and now lawmakers decided to make a law to protect these gig workers, these people that are driving Lyft and driving Uber and doing, Amazon deliveries and making maybe $10, $12, $15 an hour, which is really low for California. And because of that, they now lumped every person that is like an independent contractor into this huge law that is restricting companies from hiring freelancers. And if they do hire freelancers, like, there's a limit on how much work they can give the freelancer. And this has already happened in California, and it is coming to some states. around the US. And it's really not a good law for freelancers that want to have freedom. So I would say that, like, keep your ears to the ground and listen out for the laws that are going on around freelancing and working for yourself and self-employment and all that stuff. Pay attention to that. Don't just block it out of your mind, because look at YouTube, for instance. Recently, YouTube, with all the COPPA laws, right? They got charged by the FTC. They got fined by the FTC. And now people that were making children's content, some of them are having to shut down their channels or move their monetization somewhere else, because now if you create kids content on YouTube, you cannot monetize your channel. Right. So it's important for you to keep up with these laws and what's going on. And they're not always favorable towards us, but at least you can innovate. Now, I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm not saying this to discourage you from freelancing. I think if you don't live in the US right now, freelancing is amazing. Even if you live in the US, I feel like there are ways to get around this law. And I think that right now there are a lot of freelancers. Even yesterday, I'm part of another group called the American Medical Writers Association, and they had written a letter and because a lot of people in that association are freelancers, and these are freelancers who make multiple six figures, right? Because it's in the medical space. And their stance on the whole thing was like, okay, let's protect the people that are not getting paid well, but allow the people that want to be self-employed to be self-employed. Not everybody wants to be employed by corporations. We just want to get a contract, write the content, get paid, and move on with our day. So please pay attention to the laws that are going on in your state at the national level when it comes to self-employment, when it comes to freelancing, because there are things are changing. All right. But I think that eventually we're going to win. I really do think we're going to win, because a lot of people are speaking up against it and at least speaking for it to be amended and changed. Some of the parts of the law to be changed. All right. So pay attention now to the laws so that you don't get caught in a legal. I don't think freelancers are going to be caught in legal battles. I think it's just it could potentially limit how much work you get. So just pay attention to that so that you're not caught up in that firestorm. All right. Now, and then if you have a voice, please, if you know your congressman, you know your senator, call them. I'm about to start calling some people. Call them and talk to them and be like, listen, we need to do this. Anyway, that's enough. I'm getting off my soapbox now. Now, this is the last thing I wanted to share with you today. I promised to share this. Now, this is it. I saw this little graphic maybe about a few months ago, and it was a graphic of two little rabbits. I think they were, and the one rabbit, so both of them had little farms. They had little gardens, and they both started on the same day. And then a few months later, the one rabbit had a garden that was growing. He had, flowers coming up, and it was looking great. And the other rabbit was still standing there with his little plot of land and being like, I'm going to start a garden. He was still saying, I'm going to start. And then he looks over to the other little rabbit that has the garden that is growing and it's beginning to flourish. And he's like, wait, I've been wanting to do that. How did you do that? And he said, I just kept on going. And I wanted to share that with you because I feel like there are a lot of people that want to be freelancers, want to create content, want to do something that generates income for you, right? You want to do this. You want to do this so badly. But then you're like, oh, I'm never going to get this done. This seems so hard. Or we try to do other things that allow us to escape doing the hard things. And because of that, 6 months from now, you're going to see somebody who is ahead of you. Maybe they started the same place as you. They started with zero. And all of a sudden now they're telling you, oh, I'm making $1,000 per month with my business. I'm making $2,000, I'm making $3,000 with my business every month. And you're wondering but why not me? Why am I not making any money? And the only difference is that the other one kept on going. They planted their seed. They watered it every day, right? And so as a freelancer, you plant your seed, you go create you create your LinkedIn, you create your Instagram, right? You post content, You reach out to people every day. You're doing that every day, even if it's just one person. You're just taking little steps every day that get you to your goal. I promise you, 6 months from now, your life is going to be completely different from the person that's like, oh, I want to start freelancing, but never really puts in the effort to build a personal brand, or never puts in the effort to create samples of your work, or never puts in the effort to to start actually doing the things, doing the work. And the truth is that there's a lot of hard work involved in this, guys, right? There's a lot of hard work involved in this. And the world really belongs to the people that show up. That's all I can say. It really does belong to the people that show up. Now, you may show up all the time and not see results like somebody else, because maybe, and an example is here on YouTube. Let me just give you that example here on YouTube, right? Sometimes I look at people that started YouTube just a year ago. I started on YouTube. I would say I got serious with YouTube 2 years ago. I see people who started on YouTube a year ago, and all of a sudden they've shot up to 100,000 subscribers. And I'm like, wait, but how did that happen? Right? And at first I used to be kind of upset about it and then be like, oh, that's so unfair. What are they doing? What kind of advantage they have? And later on, when I took a step back and listened to some of their stories, I realized that, first of all, sometimes some of them have actually had some YouTube channels before, or they tried something before, it did not work, but at least they got the experience. And now they came back, they took a course, they invested in their learning, and then they came and invested and then like implemented like crazy. And then all of a sudden shot up. Or, they just jumped on a topic that is really, really trending. And so they did well. And, not everybody wants to hear about freelancing and freelance writing. It's a great topic here on YouTube, but it's not the biggest topic. So it's okay with my growth. My growth is okay. The most important thing for yourself is not comparing your growth with somebody else, but comparing your growth with where you were last year. Where were you 6 months ago? Where were you 3 months ago? Where were you a month ago? Is that different? Then you've grown, and it's okay to grow at your own pace and not look at somebody that started a year ago, got to this much, versus you who started a year ago and it's like you don't seem. No, I do not take it lightly that I make money from home. I don't take it lightly, because I know people who want to start and are struggling to do it, or people who have told me they want to start but never got started. Never got started and always give excuses. I had a friend, she would always give excuses. Oh, every time I met her, she'd be like, oh, for 3 whole years, she would give, every time I met her, I'm like, you said you were starting this. She'd be like, yeah, I know, but, and she would give excuses and give excuses and give excuses. And for 3 years, didn't make a single dollar from the business that she said she was starting. And I watched her, and it was because she wasn't willing to do the hard work that was involved. Then the second thing I would say, with regards to this is, number one, keep on going. Don't compare your growth to somebody else. And the last thing, work on your mindset. If you're always speaking to yourself negatively, and I know this is kind of like veering off here, but it's so important. I used to think this was not important, but it's so important if you want to succeed as a business owner, right? If you're always talking to yourself negatively and telling yourself, oh, I'm never going to be this, I'm never going to be like, what's her name? Let me find somebody that's pretty popular. I'm never going to be like Emma Chamberlain. I think that's her name. Or I'm never going to be like Sean Cannell. Or I'm never going to be like Sunny Lenarduzzi, but then there are people who still watch your content. There's still people who jive with you, right? There's still people who are going to pay you. I'm never going to be I don't say I'll never be, but I'm not going to be somebody else. I can only walk and live my path. And so it's important for me to say, hey, this is Gertrude. These are my strengths. This is what I have available to me. These are the cards I've been dealt. This is the lemon I've been given. I'm going to turn that into lemonade. I'm going to walk my path and I'm going to succeed. And I'm not going to allow what everybody else is doing to distract me from my own race, right? So getting these things in order, not comparing myself, celebrating my own growth, realizing that if I talk to myself negatively, I'm never going to move forward, has been instrumental in helping me. And listen, and every single day of my life, I realized that I need to tell myself this. I need to encourage myself. I was reading a book, and I think it should be somewhere here, called YouTube Secrets. And I think that particular principle would apply not just to YouTube, but basically to everything that you're doing in life, right? That you just have to keep going. And sometimes you are just on the cusp of getting the biggest breakthrough. A lot of people are just on the cusp of getting the biggest breakthrough, and then they quit. Just right there. I think you've probably seen this graphic too, where somebody is digging, he's trying to get diamonds, and then he like digs, doesn't find the diamonds, and just as he's about to hit the diamond, where the diamond is, he quits and he turns around and goes. But then the person that keeps going finally strikes the diamond, and it's like, yes, So keep going, keep planting the seeds. Don't talk to yourself negatively, and most importantly, don't look at what other people are doing. Use it as inspiration instead, but focus on your path and your journey. Focus on your path and your journey, and eventually you'll get there. So anyway, I'll take questions. I'll go over the five keys again in case you were not here to listen to them. Number one is to treat it like a business. All right. So set your working hours, protect your day, put things on your calendar. Number two is commit to marketing yourself on a daily basis. This is where building a personal brand becomes important. If you guys want me to do a video on personal branding, let me know in the comments right here. Let me know. All right. Number three is commit to investing in your own learning. All right. And so that's books, YouTube, courses, conferences. And speaking of courses, I do have a course for freelance writers. If you want to make your first $10,000 as a freelance writer, I have a brand new course called The Right Society. And The Right Society is not just a course, it's also a community. And one of the things I really want to be doing in this community is I'm getting a lot of inquiries and gigs that I may not be able to take on myself. And so if that's the case, I'm going to post it in the community, and you guys can take advantage of that. I just got off the phone with somebody yesterday. It was a 6-figure opportunity. I could not take it because believe it or not, I'm booked and busy. So, that is something that I could have shared with the Right Society. So if you're not in the course, in the community, please jump there. I have the link in the first comment here in the live stream. I also have it in the description box. So go check that out. So books, your YouTube conferences, courses, so that you can get better at your craft. With each client, raise your prices. Pay attention to the laws that are going on around. And that last bit I shared with you, don't compare yourself, stay your own course, and keep on watering your own garden. Eventually, you're going to get there. All right. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you're watching this on the replay, make sure to let me know that you are a replay viewer. I so appreciate all of you. I'll just wait maybe a minute or two to see if there are any comments, and I will move on. All right. All right. So thank you all for, I was going to say thanks you all, but anyway, thank you all for being here. I always love doing this. I will see y'all next week. Oh, okay. Patricia, you asked a question. Great. All right. Let me answer this before I jump off. All right. So Patricia says, don't know if this question was asked in having your business. Yeah, you can do an LLC. Yes, Patricia. You can have an LLC. I think having an LLC is great because, when I hope nobody ever sues you. But if somebody does, God forbid, then the person they will sue the LLC and not you. And so they can't touch your personal assets. They can only touch whatever assets the LLC has. That's one purpose of having it. The second purpose of having it is for tax purposes, right? And I think that gotta pay your taxes. Don't let the IRS destroy your life, my friends. So pay your taxes. So I think for tax purposes, and actually I'm gonna do a live video. My husband is a tax professional. He's a bookkeeper. Let me know if you guys want me to do a video with him talking about taxes for freelancers. Let me know. If I get a yes in this live, even one yes, I'll tell him to come on. Let me know. Going once, going twice, going 3 times. Let me know. You're welcome. You're welcome, Chakra. You're welcome. Oh, it's been a while since I saw you on my lives. You're welcome. Yes, you're welcome, Alicia, as well. But let me know if you guys want me to talk about. Yes, okay. Yes, do the video for tax. Okay, honey. They want you to talk about taxes for freelancers. So he's gonna come on. I'll talk to him and see when it will work for his schedule. He's somewhere there. So he and I will talk about taxes for freelancers, okay? And LLC formation, because he does LLC formation for other small companies as well. So he'll spill all the tea on that, okay? All right, guys, this was fun, right? Was this fun? Don't forget to like this. It helps me a lot. It helps me a lot. It helps the word get out about this channel. So make sure to hit that like button as well. All right, great. So ending the stream now. You have a fantastic Saturday.